Morning all, Mario from thewoodfather.com here. This video is a special one for me because I've spent the last 30 days practicing dovetail joints and now it's time for me to share the results. So you may have heard me mention it through my Owie videos. I now have a goal. I want to think of myself as a high quality woodworker. At the moment I think of myself as a hacky weekend woodworker. It's going to take me years to get where I want to be, and I'm going to have to practice and push myself all the time to get there. As part of that, earlier this month I committed to cutting a daily dovetail joint. It's hard to improve things that you don't measure, so I also decided to film the first one and to document some metrics around every joint I cut after that. The idea being, after 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, I can come back and look at this video, and I can look at the joints that I've cut, and I can compare them, and I can prove that I've grown and skilled up in this area. I'm now around, I'm over 30 days into this process, so I thought I might share my progress. So today I'm going to show the method I used to cut my first ever dovetail, then I'll show all the subsequent joints that I made, and I'll talk about the daily dovetail process. Because I'm a bit of a geek, I'll also share the graphs that I used to track my progress through this month, and finally I'll share my first ever complete dovetail box. To be very clear, this is not a video on how to dovetail, I'm just showing where I started, how I measure myself, and where I am now. Maybe one day if I become decent in this area, seeing where I started might inspire someone else to have a crack at dovetails themselves. That would be really cool. So let's get this show on the road. I'm going to talk over the cutting here because honestly, you're not going to learn a lot from watching my techniques. It's just for me to document it. When I started this process, I couldn't tell you the difference between a tail and a pin, and that isn't even a joke. My brain just doesn't do well with geometry for some reason. I find it really hard to visualize interlocking shapes in my mind. I did watch a bunch of YouTube videos from experts, but I didn't want to use a video as my tutor. Too hard to rewind, replay, fast forward and all that while I'm out here in the shop. So I used a book, the Joint Book, as my guide. This book has step-by-step instructions on hand and machine cutting all types of joints, including dovetails. I've got a mini review on that book in Owie number 9 if you're interested. For this first joint, I followed the book's instructions very closely. Since then, as I've cut more joints and gained more skill and confidence, I've made multiple changes to the process, bringing in tips and techniques from the pros. So the way I work now is not necessarily the way I work in this video. I wonder how many of you spot the mistake I'm making here. If you can't tell, I'm marking my tails with my pin board held the wrong way around. You'd think I'd notice that before I start to actually cut them at least, but no. Even here, when I'm chiseling it out, I still couldn't tell it was wrong. It's crazy, I don't understand why. I was so focused on trying to cut accurately to the lines that I didn't realise that the lines were backwards. Look at it clearly 100% can't go together. I think the expression here is, can't see the forest for the trees. I did think that I was following the instructions closely, or as best as I could, but while I was chopping out the tails, I thought I might just do a test fit and see what happens, and I've realised that I've kind of made the world's most useless dovetails. So at least I stopped before I kept going, but clearly that's backwards. I need to cut them the other way around. I still don't know how I did that. I'll have to watch the video later. So yes, my mistake was as simple as holding the pin board backwards when marking the tails, and that's because I misread a step in the book. My fault, not the book's fault. Luckily, all that really cost me was a bit of time. It took around 20 minutes to make that backwards tail board. I will say that I was actually really tired at this point though. I'd been in the shop for almost 4 hours, hunched over the workbench, because before I started this dovetail joint, I'd also practiced hand cutting 2 mortise and tenon joints as well. But I'd started the dovetail, so I had to finish it. This time around, the tails came out much nicer, and bonus, they weren't reversed. They took another 20 minutes or so to cut, and then another 15 minutes of finessing before I decided I had to bite the bullet and give it a proper test fit. Alright, here we go. I haven't fit it together yet. It's either going to work or the pins are going to pop off. Let's see what happens. This is 2 hours bloody work here. Oof. Ooh, it's a dovetail. How cool is that? Honestly, I was wrapped with that first one. It was such a great achievement when it all came together. If you're wondering, it took me 1 hour and 27 minutes to cut that joint. Yes, one joint. I'm cutting in 12mm messmate, which is a hardwood but not a particularly tough one. I didn't want to try and learn my first cuts in soft pine, so I made sure that I had plenty of scrap hardwood ready to go when I started this project. I do practice in pine now as well though. So let's move on to the Daily Dovetail project. The point of this project was to force me to practice, nothing more, nothing less. And here is my dovetail box. There's 30 something joints in here, which represents approximately 18.5 hours of practice. If you're interested, my process was to wake up each morning, come out here and get to work. So 2/3 of these were chopped at around 6 or 7 a.m. Then on the days in which I missed the morning chop, I would cut them out during my lunch break. I work from home now, so that's fairly easy to do. And only twice during the month did I come out here during the evening. I missed one day when I was pretty sick. So what did I actually learn through this process? Heaps. I'm not in a position to give advice on actually cutting dovetails, but I can share some points about practicing them via a daily dovetail process. These are some things that made it easier for me. Number one, make it easy on yourself. Habits are hard to form, so to help you stick to cutting a joint every day, make sure you prep a whole lot of blanks at the start. When you've got a stack of blanks ready to go each morning, it makes the process mentally much easier. Likewise, make sure you clean up after yourself every day. Coming into the shop each morning with a clean, empty workbench to work on is much more enjoyable and inspiring than coming out here and seeing yesterday's mess all over the place. Number two, be fluid. Don't get wed to one particular method. I changed my marking and layout style 4 times, my chiseling technique 3 times. Yes, follow one guide closely at the start until you understand what you're trying to achieve for each step, but then try different methods to get there. Number 3, enjoy the silence. I always have the radio on when I'm out here, but I'm notorious for singing along to 80s power ballads. And if I'm doing my best Whitney Houston impression, I'm not concentrating as hard as I should be on the task at hand. Number 4, be proud of your mistakes. Don't fill your gaps in with dust or wedges, well, on your practice cuts at least. I did fill the gaps in my first couple of joints with sawdust, but now I regret that. I don't want to hide the gaps, I want to see them more easily so I can judge my progress. And honestly, you're not fooling anyone. Number 5, the most important one, and you already know it. Don't rush. As soon as I caught myself thinking, I'm going to quickly bang this one out and then I'm going to get on with the rest of my day, I knew I was going to make a poor joint. Speed will come with practice, just go slow and enjoy the process. I mentioned that I kept track of certain metrics. Here's the data that I collected over the month. I took note of the start and end time for cutting the pins and the tails, and also for how long it took me to fit the joint together. I also wanted to rate the quality of the joints in a very, very simple manner, so what I chose to do is to record the vibe. If when I finished the joint I felt good about it, I had a good vibe, that meant that I gave myself a +1. If I did poorly and I thought it wasn't a true reflection of the quality that I could produce at that time, I gave myself a -1. And if when I finished a joint I looked at it and went, that's about right, then I figured I hadn't grown but I had been consistent, so I gave myself a vibe of 0. I'm a fan of keeping things simple, and that was the simplest way I could think of rating quality. Tables are pretty boring though, so I also made a colourful dashboard to pull information out of that data. Let me talk you through it. So you can see here that I've got an average duration of 32 minutes per joint. And on this side you can see how it looks like for each individual chop. The first one throws my stats up a little bit, seeing as it took nearly an hour and a half, but from then on you can see constant improvement, so I know I can knock these out in under 20 minutes now. And if I break those attempts down into weeks, you can see the progression. The first week taking over 40 minutes, the second around 35, the last couple of weeks I was under 30, until last week where things have really come together and now I'm clocking in under 20 minutes. I don't expect to get much quicker than 15 minutes or so, but I do hope to improve the accuracy with them. The next chart shows where I'm spending my time for each cut. The dark brown is the fit period, so at that point I've cut my pins and tail boards and I'm trying to fit them together and have to do a little bit of finessing. At the start you can see a week where the fit was basically non-existent. That's because the joint was loose, they slipped in together very easily, but obviously they were poor joints. Ideally I think I would only have 1 or 2 minutes of the fit period, but I'm still a bit away from that. And the all-important vibe. Am I enjoying the process? Am I learning? Am I improving? The easy answer is yes. I started at 0, and you can see after a week I actually fell to -3. That was due to the loose fitting joints I was cutting at the time. Forcing myself to rate my work meant that I couldn't ignore the result, and so I spent extra time studying and researching what I was doing wrong. And fortunately you can see the uptick in results since then. About 3 weeks in I was really happy with my progress, but then I stagnated for a week or so. The great thing about that is that the joints I was cutting then would have been +1s only a couple of weeks earlier, because my own expectations grew fairly quickly once I realised what I was capable of. This graph here was meant to teach me one thing. There is little to no correlation between duration and vibe. So spending 30 minutes chopping compared to 20 minutes makes no difference. It's the quality of the cut, not the speed of the cut. It's lovely to see that speed has come, but it's come by itself. I haven't tried to get quicker at all. These last 3 simply show the time for each cut over pins, tails and the fit areas. Looking at it closely, it shows that I've almost halved the time to cut tails and pins, but the fit still varies wildly. And yes, you can say that the fit period is actually non-existent, and at that point I'm still cutting my tails, but I don't care, this is just how I measured it. So what's the point of all that? What have I actually achieved? Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you'd have had your feed flooded last week with me giving updates on building my very first dovetailed box, start to finish. This guy is made from spotted gum and Merbo, two incredibly dense Aussie hardwoods. It was fun, but to be honest, I must be incredibly dense as well to choose them for my first box. It came out okay, though I expected a bit more contrast between the woods. Once I put a coat of spray varnish on it, it all seemed to come the same colour for me. It's not an attractive box, I'll give you that, but the point of this project was to simply make a dovetailed box by hand. It took 3 hours and 48 minutes to hand cut these joints, a lot longer than I expected, but that's because of the wood being so dense. But honestly, it was just a really fun day out in the shop, and making a box in one day by hand is something that I never thought I'd ever achieve, so I'm over the moon with it from that regard. So that's about it. I'll be continuing with the Daily Dovetail for some time longer, I think. It's actually become a really peaceful part of my day, and I look forward to the solitude in the morning. If you want to give it a shot yourself, great, go for it. Use the hashtag DailyDovetail, tag me in it, ask me questions, let me know what you're thinking. That's all good. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the experience I had the last month, ask away. I'll look to do another video like this in another 2 months, and hopefully by then I'll have 100 dovetails under my belt and will have improved a fair bit more. If that interests you, hit subscribe to see how I go. Cheers.